How you doing? It's Aska. We are playing the settlement survival game, Aska. And today we are this episode we're doing boring stuff. We're doing things. Naming. We gotta go through all my villagers. So I have determined that this is paused. Okay? It's just the sound that isn't paused. I just heard somebody eating right there. Are they moving around? Because time's not moving. So who was eating right there? Why are they doing that? Why are they doing this to me? Mess with my brain. Okay, so in my defense, I was in the infantry. My hearing is very sensitive. In fact, I sleep with a fan. 20-inch box fan. 20-inch box fans make a hell of a noise. I like that. You know why? Because I can hear a car alarm go off 2 blocks down. I say 2 blocks because I can hear it at 2 blocks. And I'll wake up. And that doesn't make for very good sleep. Now, I can get used to different noises, okay, happening in my sleep. Okay, but I don't want to. Okay, I use the fan, it focuses. Anything outside of the range of that fan, I'm gonna wake up. Okay, it's better for me that I don't get used to like car alarms and shit like that going off. Thumping in the hallway, things like that. Somebody kicks in my door, I wanna wake up. I know people who could sleep to a thermonuclear device going off next to them. It's not good. It's not good, from a survival point of view. Alright, so anyway, what is up with Halfdan? Halfdan needs a name. He's on day off. He's at Leather and Weaves. We have names. I made names. They're gonna be different names, but they're gonna mean something to me. I made a spreadsheet. Leather and Weaves, leather worker, tanner, shoemaker. Alright, Halfdan Tanner. Okay. Maybe he's the shoemaker. I don't know. I named him Tanner. Actually, his name's kind of short, but I want a shorter name to use when a shoemaker. So he's got the crafting perk. Was he ever fishing, or did he started with this? See, you gotta catch these guys right away. He really should be Halfdan Fisher. You know what I'm saying? I probably put him on gathering for a bit. And he does have, I think this is like this perk thing, okay? Now he does have the summer angler, but he's gonna get experience so much better in fishing than, well, he's in crafting, okay? That's where he is. But for some reason he's unhappy. Now nothing's red because he's on vacation. So, I'm looking for more information. There's no more information by pointing my mouse all around. So why does his stuff change when I'm in here if it's paused? His status effects keep changing. It confuses me. I'm totally confused. Is it paused or is it not paused? Because people are moving. You can see the little icons moving. What the shit? Oh, the time is going out there. When I'm in this screen, Okay, if I go into drill down on the worker, then it's moving. It doesn't seem to be moving now. I'm looking up here. I'm looking up here. It says 1652. Watch. Now time is moving because I went in there. Okay, well, frack you developers. See, this is why I said, well, time isn't pausing this screen. Alright. It's not just me and hearing noises around me and shit. It's because some of this screen, it isn't paused. Okay. We just have to watch that. I gotta get in and out of there like a duck mating. Ducks mate when they're flying in the air and they're falling. So they mate very quickly. Guess ducks have the first zero-G sex. They probably like it like that. I don't know. I never had zero-G sex, so I wouldn't know. And NASA astronauts never admit to it. Right? Okay, so we have him named, except it doesn't show up his name here. I'm trying to figure his problem. Do I need to move him to Fisher? Because, you know, he's got a better bonus there? Is that why he's getting, you know, pissy? I don't know. I mean, normally if it's, I feel unsafe, you've got work anxiety, or unsafe at work. If he feels unsafe at home, he's got sleep anxiety. Okay, well, that's easily fixed by getting a patrol over there, right? Or something within it, the effect. I mean, like the barracks being close. Okay, this guy also been having problems in the past. So he's got the craftsman, and everything else is not like hunting, fishing, craftsman. I put him in the armor smith. I don't know what I had him on before. Probably got it. See, somebody just took a shit. Alright. But he's got the crafting thing, so he also has a melee combat thing. If his current job doesn't work out, if he gets pissy again, I'm gonna move him to melee. We'll try that. Oh, I gotta give him a name. Armor Smith. Let me look at my thingy. I don't think I actually got an Armor Smith one. I didn't really get a lot of that. Do I have the Armor Smith listed? Oh, you have the Armor Smith listed. Well, I'll put it in here. We have Smith. As a name. I hope I'm not on him. Did I drill out of there? Okay. Just check. I tap back. I'm tabbed out. Okay, let's add a couple rows here. Give me some space. I got Armor Smith added. I need a name. Well, I kind of wanted to use Smith for Metalsmith, but so I'm not going to use that. There's a lot for like people who make bows and arrows. Fletcher, bowyer for making bows, stringer for arrows and bows. I guess stringer probably more bow. Cutler. I think I'm gonna steal Cutler. Put it over on Armor Smith. Alright. Remove row. Alright. Cutler it is. And then he's gonna end up being fighting. No, it's E. It's the E sound. IE is E sound. Feet Cutler. He's gonna end up being Feet Fisher. Okay. It's funny till it's not. What do I have to do here? There we go. I'm gonna just exit for a second. Man! He's a builder. You know, there's not a lot of names for builders. I mean, you got like Slater for guys who used to make roofs. Slate on the roofs. Let me think here. Master builders. What do they call them guys? Mason. But that's more of a stone worker. But you know, it's more of a builder than a stone worker. So I think I'll use that for building rather than stone worker. And since he's the first guy who's a builder, and basically he's pretty much good to go on building, he's a mason. He ain't got nothing. He get no bonus. He's actually a firekeeper. To have him on firekeeping? He's been doing more fires than building. All my guys doing that. I have to go to the builder interface to do that, don't I? Can I go to the builder interface from here? I can. I want to see this. Span is on here. Okay, let me think about this then. What's the name for fire? Fire. Well, I'm gonna go look synonyms up for fire. Maybe I'll even look up firekeeping. Is there such a thing? Those are the guy Google for. Let's see, synonym for firekeeping. Keepers. Hey, he's on a list, man. Firekeepers. Firekeeper definition, meaning firefighter, firekeeper, Wiktionary. It's not Wikipedia, Wiktionary.org. I hadn't heard of that one. Where did that fracking go? Wiktionary. Fire plus keeper. Well, it's not very etymology. Firekeeper. They're saying it's the last name here. One who tends a ceremonial fire. It's gotta be ceremonial, huh? Alright, I'm just gonna get synonyms for fire. Blaze. Alright. That was quick. Out. Get out of there. Get out of there. Yeah, assholes. Do a refresh, people. Hannah. She's also at Leather and Weaves. She get going. She's a woodsman. She's an angler. She's probably unhappy over there. What is making her unhappy? Work hours? Always says that. She wants to be fishing, I would guess. But she got a little melee combat in her. She doesn't want to be cutting wood. She wants to be fishing. Well, I don't really need another. Well, we're getting a lot of people now. We're going to make her a fisherman in the end, so I may not assign these people right now, but I'm going to come back. Because I would have to build another fisherman. Because I don't think I've upgraded that fisher to get 2 people in it. I should do that. Will they throw out on the lake? There's none of those jumping fish in the lake, so... Another leather and weaves person. Nobody happy over there. She doesn't have crafting. I don't really want them over there. I think these people were builders. What's her? Crafting. Okay, maybe she wasn't a builder when I threw her over there. She likes working with the stone, baby, and this is the miner one, right? Stone mining. Does that include iron ore mining? I would imagine. Edward. So he's got the rocker. He's starving. Hunters. Well, hunter. Oh, well, I'm doing that wrong. I want to look to see... See, he's a fracking crafter. He doesn't want to be hunting. He wants to be crafting. I'm going to put their name as Smith as a generic. He wants to be crafting, but he's over here hunting thing. And then when I give them a specific job, like Bloomer, we will change the name to Bloom or whatever. Alright, well, you're a smith, because that's what you want to be. He wants to be crafting. I was using hand. I got him in Workshop House 4. Anybody know what Workshop House 4 is? Because I certainly don't. I am going to be separating, like the dyer is coming out of the toolmaker guy. Because I'm going to have a crafting thing in each little village. Or basically the homesteads, or little mini villages. And I really should have centered it around the totem thing where they all sit down. Can we upgrade those? Like bigger? More than 3 people? Come on now. So I don't know exactly what he's doing. How do I find out? Easily. Workshop House 4. Clock didn't start me coming in here. Come on. Whoa. Close that shit up. Scare me. Crafts, materials, tools, clothes, armor, and weapons. How do I tell what add-ons it's got? Workshop House 4. It's a house. It's already been upgraded. Fuck me. How do I find out what add-ons this workshop has? Telling me what I don't have on there. Well, we ain't got that many. This ain't a house, I don't think. That's the toolmaker's hut. That one been named. The house is down here. It's this one. Nope, this is leather and weaves. It names the whole thing. Ah, it's the metalsmith. Okay. Well, at least if I keep it on happiness. Uh-oh. I typed in Smith over his name. What was his fracking name? Come on, old brain. See how bad I am with people. I don't remember your name, but you're gonna be a Smith. Wasn't Sven. Was it? No, Sven's up there. Oh, this is Fiete guy? No. Okay. I screwed up. That's a damn. Can I put his name back at default or something? Hey, put his name back to default. Okay. What's a Norse name? I'll just go name him Sven. There we go. Another Sven. Yep. Joachim Hand. Joachim Hand. Right. He's a metal worker. I don't remember. Yeah, he wants to be fishing. Everybody wants to spend the whole day fishing. I know how these guys are. They're shamming. Fishing's what you do to relax, not work. Unless, you know, industrial fishing. That's not even really fishing, in my opinion. Alright, let's make him fisher. So you can't go to the end of the name, you have to type the whole thing out. See? I'm hearing people going around me. Hekon, woodcutter. He is a serious woodcutter. He's eats a little more, but he gets some serious woodcutting chops. Yeah. He's also pretty good at gathering. Okay, so what do I got? I was kind of going with parts of the tree, but there are some historical ones. I don't think Barker belongs there. Barker is die. Get out of there. Isn't it? Yeah, we'll leave Barker there because I think the one I saw in a list of names was Boker. Dyer, Dexter, Boker for dying. Got Roper for rope making. There's a lot of names for weaving type stuff. Draper, weaver, fuller, tailor, capper. Making caps for the poor people. Alright, well, I'm pretty sure I have woods and all that. I'm gonna put this guy on Barker. Barkers are real good with the wood. Gotta get out of there quick. Out of there like a duck mating. Okay, she's doing lumber in the hardwood. She's another lumberjack. Is she a lumberjack? She looks like she's a gatherer and a hunter. She got retired bowman. She got range combat multiplier. I got bowman. I got archer. What else we got for bowman? Archer, bowman. Tell. William Tell? She's one of them tells. I'm an adopted tell myself. Don't tell anybody. That's where she should be. She is a maxed out, ranking up. She'll rank up very fast. Another builder who has, she's a flower. That's her last name. Wait, she got foraging too, which is more gathering. I gotta figure out something for that one. What do I have on the list? Gatherers. Nothing. I have nothing for gatherers as far as the last name. I guess when we quit hunting and gathering, they're like, well, a gardener's kind of a gatherer. Yeah, I should only use gardener for that, because, well, see, I got different ones that I was planning on. You got the green thumb, right? You got that one. What was that one? Let me look at it. I'm looking at my list. You got the green thumb. You got this one. It's just springtime, but, you know, I was going to call, there's another one that I was going to call Flower. Their last name would be Flower. They're good at, yeah, this is not with anything to do with growing, actually, now that I read it. She just likes spring. Okay. So I gotta make sure she's on a job during spring. Like, that was gonna happen anyway. But okay, she works harder during springtime. Nice. Don't care. So this is really her only buff. Okay, as far as job related. So, do I have 3 foragers right now? Because she's a builder, I can just assign her right now. Gathering hut. See, I do not. Leonie, but I have come up with a last name before I move her out of my list. Probably won't move her off this is happiness list. Basket. It's a basket case. I mean, they use a basket together, right? Don't they? No? What's the name that means like collector or something? That's back to the old Google. A collector. that ER? So R. What's another word for collector? Thank you, Google. Accumulator, saver, hoarder, gatherer, amasser, completist, stockpiler. None of these are like last names going on. Finder. You got hunter in the list. Squirrel. You got forager in here actually. But finder, kind of a last name, right? Isn't there a girl? Mini something. Oh, she's a driver. Mini driver. Miser. Noun. Catchpole. Debt collector. Collection agency. Okay. I think you guys went on a tangent here. Noun. Teller. Handling payments. Used for collecting loose dirt. Now it's dustbin, bin box. Oh well, I'm gonna collect that stuff, huh? I'm gonna go with Finder as his last name. Out of there. Gotta update my spreadsheet. Gatherer's last name is Finder. We go. So, see, I kind of want two names. I want one for poor people who aren't working in their thing, and then when they get in their thing, then I change it, like Bowyer and Archer and all that, and have different names. Along that vein, but I don't know how possible that is. It seems like I'm making a nightmare for myself. But this name will tell me that she's not doing what she wants, or it will tell me that I just assigned her to doing what she wants. Either way. Oh, Leone. Minor, Lorelei. Leone the Hunter. I got too many. Where's the other Leone? Did I just name her Finder? And not Leone the Finder? Shit. Leone Finder. What's going on? You're driving me wacko. Here's the gatherer's house. Here's the list of people. It says it's an alp. Oh, she's a builder, so it's gonna be fracking right here. Damn. Alright. Gatherers are at full capacity. I only have one gatherer because I keep running into, well, we need more markers, so that means they're running out of work. Ugh. So it's even worse than not being paused, because half the time it's not paused. I mean, we don't gotta worry about that. Smoker pen. I think I got somebody for that. What did I get for that? For husbandry. Drover. Rancher. We'll go with Drover. It's less less common. I don't think he has that skill actually, so I'm doing this wrong. Okay. He has gathering. Right. This is how it should work. I didn't really look over here though. He does have a gathering thing. Okay. Is he gathering the schmilk? Does it count for him? He's gathering schmilk, baby. It doesn't seem unhappy. He got 92 happiness, right? He's right by an archer tower. Close enough, I think. That makes a difference. I think a lot of it is, you know, do they feel safe? Well, you guys do realize we were shipwrecked on this fracking island, right? And, you know, everybody wants to feel safe, huh? This is one of the harvest things. This one's only good in fall, though. So it's not really a primary thing. She's a hunter, primarily. I haven't put hunter on her name, but I'll bet, oh, she just range combat, but skinning. But is the skinning coming from, oh, she's got a bonus on it, so, you know. That's me trying to do the X-Files theme. I'm not good at things like that, but we got her. Ladies and gentlemen, we got her. Balder's already got a minor last name, but is it correct? I see a stone thing here. He's a rocker baby. He's in a mine. He's also got lumberjack strengths, which should work fine for carrying them big, large stones around. Also got the vigor. And he's got the steadfast resolve. He needs to get first he needs to get into the resource and schedule, but he needs to get weapons. That's what they're called. What is that thing? He hits hard. You make a good bruiser or whatever with the single one-handed weapon, right? Does he have any weapons? I can't see that from here. Alright, moving on. We have to do that completely separate thing. People I want armed. Anybody with steadfast resolve I want armed. And actually, I want them in places where they're going to be using the steadfast resolve, and the mine is a perfect place for that. Of course, some things keep coming. This guy's a miner too, and she also got stonecutter. She's at stonecutter house. Because she runs out of the mine like a little bitch. So this one has the thing without the thing. And this is the flower thing I was talking about. Unique ability to nurture and cultivate plants. And she got the bonus all on stone harvest, but I can't see the whole list. I bet you she has a bonus on that too. And that one's not limited. Oh, it says it is limited, but why doesn't it have the calendar thing over it? I think this square thing is like the calendar thing, but this one doesn't have it. Oh. And the reason I said flower is because, like, it says at the end, yields in flower production. Now, flower is a common last name. I know a flower. But only during the spring. So she can stay stone cutting. She's happy. Okay, but we will name her Flower. No, because she's stone cutting. So... Newt. You nut. Says crafting. He's at the improved bloomery. He's got a hell of a high crafting score. Hella high. 84. Blacksmithing. He's an adept at crafting. Also skinning for some reason. I'm not sure what he was doing before he built the bloomery. Probably hunting, right? He's got the wildling too. That's why. Just look in there again. Yeah, it's actually skinning is higher than his proficiency, or his bonus for it is higher than the other one, but he's not unhappy, so. Canute Bloom. He hasn't given me any shit, so he's good in that job. Olaf, Flax Farm. He's got the green thumb. Olaf Green. There's also a craftsman. What is his bonuses at? Yeah, so pretty evenly spread between 3 different things, but Olaf, you're green. One of that green clan. And Frida at the bloomery. She's got crafting. Resistant to cold. That's good because that bloomery is wide open. Stout constitution. Doesn't get cold. She also has the hunting. Clumsy with stone. But she excels in creating tools, weapons, and other workshop items. Maybe she's in the wrong job at the bloomery. Wait, does it always say that? Yeah, I guess so. So she's not really creating tools, she's creating metal. So you do her job, you do her job good. She's actually in the militia. Oh, that's where she's living. This is housing. The housing got all screwed up. I was just throwing people wherever the hell. I want them close to their work. Not too close, especially the bloomery, because there's a negative on the bloomery. So let's see. She has more of a bonus in skinning, but, you know, she's not unhappy, so, yeah. That's Olaf's. No, who was the other guy? That's Newt's son. A daughter. That's Newt's daughter, Frida. That's kind of how professions went. You pass it down to your kids, you know. Taught your kids early. They got better than you, and there you go. Survival of the fittest. Got another green looking guy here. Oh, that's Forager. Yeah, it's got the little tree. Okay, so another finder. We'll find her clan over there. Cabbage Patch, got the green thumb, baby, and the flowers. Sensitive to the cold, big baby. Oh, he actually has the farming thing. What's the other guy had? Oh, he is farming too. Okay. Yeah, it's limited. I think it got dark. I hear fires. I'm standing near the metal worker. Healing hut. You had nothing to do with healing. You got thrown on there He likes the sunrise, so he wants a day shift. Let's see what he's got for the. He's got the fishing thing. Everybody wants to be a fisher. Well, I'll think about it. If I ever find a healer, I'm gonna drop out of my chair dead. I used to get seizures. They've stopped. I pretty much quit drinking like February this year. So. Right, so I guess I should really name him Fisher. He's a folk fisher. He's a legend. There's folk tales about him. He says she's a hunter. what did I do? She's skinning. She's kick ass on skinning. Okay. Wait, do we already have a Leone Skinner? Fuck your goddamn character limits and shove it up your ass. I need to put this in alphabetical. I just screw up the whole thing. But, well, we did kind of get the guys who really matter. The unhappy guys are named. When we get back to Leone, okay, I'll go down there and square it away now. I think there's another Leone Skinner, so in which case we'll make her Lorelei Minor. We only find her. Okay, good. And she's Skinner. She's of that Skinner clan. Well, okay. Names are refreshed to protect the innocent. I don't rename nobody. This guy's craft watch. He is on watch. It's military. He's got range combat super bonus. 3 stars, baby. Is he archer or bowman clan? Or a tell. Is he a tell? He got 3. Yeah, he must be a tell. So, I can copy this. Pasted it. Because I don't know how to do that special character. That's a special A. What it means, I don't frickin' know. But it's a special A. Cookhouse. She actually have a cook skill. Cooking. There's a cooking skill, but she's like range combat. In fact, she's only there because I didn't have a better cook. I wanted to keep my cook. What she was doing, why she's in Militia 1, she was trained in militia. Well, kinda. She was replacing them so I could put them on the barracks. Only Ophilda got trained. Then that went to hell because I needed cookers, and it was winter, and cookers. I needed cooks, and I wasn't going to take her off of there. But yeah, she's a archer or bowman. What is her bonus? Yeah, she's a tell actually. That's how I'll do it. If they got 2, summon 2 at least, we'll make them bowmans, and archer will be if they got a bonus of 1. Yeah, I got a plan on this. At 14% of a plan, we're good to go. And if they got at least something in 3, then they're a tell. That's in William, the patriarch of that clan. Well, you got the angler thing. Rocker. and retired bowman. And he's a tell. He's got fishing. He's a fisher. Huh. How many tells we're gonna have? Can we just have an Aki? No, Age. Aki. He's a hunter, so we're gonna keep him hunting. He has a decent skinning, but yeah, he doesn't really have a bonus on that, so I'm gonna name him Hunter instead of Skinner. See what I did there? Will I remember that? Probably not. Okay, she got the flower thing. She's a flower. She's nighttime. She's out there pollinating the plants at night, I guess. Okay, because I ain't seen no bees around. She got a double night thing. Oh. She ain't got no damn bonuses. She got a hell of a farming skill, though. She's already 65. Without bonuses. Okay, this is a warehouse worker. She got that lumberjack stuff going on. Alice, why aren't you a lumberjack? What's your bonuses? Yeah, she's a woods. Definitely a woods. Alva. Got extra on hunting in the winter. Steadfast resolve. Yeah. She's kind of a tell. Clientele again. Alvar is a flower, and he got the springtime thing. He's in the damn mine. He's got steadfast resolve, which explains why he's in the mine. Steadfast resolve and stonebreaker. He needs to be armed so they don't run. I gotta make sure to get those guys on steadfast resolve armed so that they kill those stupid things in the mine. So let's see what he's actually got going here, though. Ah, so he's only really got he hasn't got a bonus on farming or anything. At least not on this list. So you just make him minor. She hasn't really got the bonus on. What's she doing? She's on the community farm only because she was a builder for me. All the people on the community farm were builders. They hadn't really been signed to a job. And really, when they're builders, is when I should be putting these names on when I first get them. That's the new Plan D too, part of Plan D. So she's got rockers, she's got the flower thing, the pollination thing, whatever it is. Let's read it over again. Unique ability to nurture. You got a nurture thing, or cultivate thing. Okay. Only during the spring, but it doesn't have the calendar around it. That's what I think that is. This is a calendar, see? Springtime vitality, only during spring, but better than this one because it's got that little inconsistency here. Then the calendar tells me that, yeah, okay, they got that, except it's seasonal, you know. Except it's not here, and yet I see the word spring in here in this description. So it confuses my little brain. My little brain says, why doesn't this have the calendar around it so that I know that this thing is, you know, seasonal? And do I really want, I'd rather have a green thumb person who's good to go year round, you know, on a farm. So whatever she's going to be, which is, we're going to look, she's I got to come up with 3 names for the stones, because we easily got 3 names for stones. I think Mason will be the top, if they got triple bonus. Where's my stone cutters? That's the only one I have, but stone is a name. Let's call that the base one. Stone, Mason. Please insert a row for me. Thank you, Libra. So what's between stone and mason? Rock. Yeah, rock. They got 2. I'll try to get them on rock. They got triple bonus or mason if they got the one, you know, 1 level bonus. I'm talking about the stars here. So she's a double. She's a rock. Let's see what I'm saying. Then I have a system. And I know that the bonus is, you know, by the name. I know it says plant, but I can't refresh it without closing it and then scrolling down again. Because it doesn't save my place where I was when I close this. So that's not happening a lot. We got a night girl. She's a rocker. That's the name of this bonus, rocker. That's not her name. We're going to determine her name in a minute. She likes to sleep. What is this? Oh, she doesn't like to sleep. She's like, she got a shield. That's like a shield against sleep. She doesn't get tired. She's also resilient surge. She's gonna kick your ass when her health gets low. Well, I always found it more efficient to kick their ass when my health was high, but hey, I'm a weirdo. Kind of a creep. Snow Strider. Well, if you're working in a mine, but she's not. She's actually at a lumberyard. Why she's at a lumberyard, I don't fracking know, but she is. Now, lumber for one, probably it's not for one anymore. No, it's half and half. It's not half and half. This is why things were screwed up. I saw this lumber mill. There was logs and long sticks on the ground, and I said, why are those logs and long sticks on the ground? So I've got to figure out my name for the lumber yards. Just going to be 1, 2, 3, or by cardinal direction, northwest, northeast, whatever, southwest, southeast. We're going to have 4, and then there's going to be central. And central is actually like the carpenter thing, and it's sitting right by the carpenter, but I think it's actually lumber hardwood 1. You can get more people on that. Yeah, I have too many people already. We need more farms, I think, because really we're not getting the vegetables to the raw food place. And that's problematic because it's limiting the meals and people really get pissed off about limited diet. We're in springtime still, or we're in summer? I think we changed to summer. I got 2 farms done, basically. Well, basically, the little homestead idea. That homestead's kind of done. I want to get a crafting station in there. That will be sending something to the barn. The only thing stored in the barn as far as crafting is going to be, they can get resin and sticks for tool making from club making too, the basic clubs. But what I really wanted to do is put, I don't have a gatherer there. If I had a gatherer close, then the gatherer can act as a warehouse for that stuff. Between the lumber and the gatherer and the stone guy, just the warehouse. Those are warehouses for all practical purposes. If warehouse people aren't coming taking the stuff away, and if I have them close to the crafter, then I don't need a damn warehouse. You know what I'm saying? Right? Except I do have a crafting warehouse where they're staging stuff for the tool maker. So I'm going to have to change that. It's just an output warehouse. And have the things close. Well, the gatherer is right by the central crafting place. That's the guy who's making the tools. Not the metal tools, just the regular tools. I could probably take out the things that have metal equivalents now in that, but I kind of, it's only making one of each, so, you know. And like the whole rake situation where we weren't getting the metal rakes fast enough. Now, that might be a problem, but she can recycle. I don't know if some of them like break completely and they can't recycle, and so it'll be a downward spiral of, we're looking at not having metal rakes. I don't know if that's the case. If that's the case, well, that's problematic, but we're working on getting explosives to redo the mine. I just want to get in there and get the bodies out of there before I blow the place up. And I also have to take some Jotun blood drops over there. You need them. I'm just gonna make them. I need those things, and I need the Jotun blood drops. I should be able to make them, and they'll go right on the shelf right there. If I'm the only one making them, then I mean, what do we really need them for? Do they work against the enemies? I don't know. Dude had to light a fuse. That's not a good. Admittedly, grenades have fuses in them, but you drop this thing, you don't throw it, so you light the fuse and you run. So probably not good for combat, is all I'm saying. They tried that. Didn't work out well. Alright, let's figure her out. She has a stone harvesting. She's a rock. And she happens to be in a lumber yard, but she's not a wood. She's a rock. I'm gonna sort the woods thing too, right quick. I got Woods, Branch, and Barker. I think Woods will be the top tier of bonuses. Branch will be the bottom. What's in between? We'll just put Barker in between, but I think Barker actually is making the die. Yeah. So I'll have to come up with something to replace Barker. Trunk? Not really. Yeah. We'll use it as the last name. So you got the branch, then you got the trunk, and then you got the whole damn woods. Alright. We're making a system. But she's actually a rock because she's second level. Second level stoner. Yep, and iced her. Sorry. Personal history. Right. That is not nothing. That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. Nothing. So what do you got? Nothing. You're a perfect builder. You should be. Oh, you're a builder. I didn't really come up with what did I get? Mason, but now I've thrown that over on rocks. I have Mason for builders. Slater, paver, and reedman. Okay, guy doing a roof would be a reedman. Slater's also a roof, but different kind. Paver, they get the road thing. That's the 3 levels of builder. There's a construction thing. So she doesn't currently have one. So, but there's a construction thing. I haven't seen anybody with a bonus for it. I've seen them ranked up. She's got it. Oh, she does not. She's doing firekeeping? Is she really doing firekeeping? Or are you lying to me? The builder thing. She is. She's doing lightkeeping and firekeeping. Well, did I actually have a entering? I know I named somebody fire or something. What did I name them? Uh-oh, I didn't keep notes. Well, I think since it's a skill, I should put it in, firekeeping, and come up with 3 levels. I mean, people are named fire, right? Blaze, came up with blaze. You know, if they got a real bonus on that, we'll give them blaze. What's between a fire and a blaze? How about blaze and then pyre? Pyre. But I don't think there's a bonus for that, but there is a skill. So maybe there is a, proficiency for that, or a perk for that. That's what I'm talking about. Well, anyway, back to that. Nighttime healer. She was a builder once. She got wood harvest proficiency of 2. Was my second level branch, trunk, and woods. I've got to find something better than trunk, but for now it's trunk. There ought to be other names related to wood. Lumberjacking. That's what I have till the old brain comes up with something better. Coleman. I don't think there's a bonus for this though. Yeah. So he's just got personal stuff. He does have a harvest blending thing, but you know, these seasonal things I'm not even gonna play. So it's only got 3 things in here. So he probably doesn't have a bonus on that, right? There'd be on there. They'd go at least 6 on there. But maybe if I made somebody do all the all the jobs, now I could find out how many actually end up on that list. Arvid's in the military. He likes to be out there in the day. He doesn't mind winter at all. He cannot swing an axe to save his life, and he is forged in the storms, baby. I didn't come up with any names for military. Go figure. Well, melee, grunt. I guess warrior, knight. Actually, soldier is the last name. Soldier, warrior, knight. I found my ranks. That was easy. What are you? You got bonuses for fighting? No. And we're gonna have one with no bonuses. We'll make them a grunt. I'm an ass. I'm a good ass. Just give me another roll, please. Thank you. Okay. Wait. It is him. Oh, I just did Arv. I was like, different kind of Arv. Different Arv. It's an Arvid. You're stuck in that job now. You're in the army now. Even if you had no proficiency. Okay, we got a gatherer. And that's embarrassing why it's got the fork. Why does it have the knife and fork on this? Oh, because it eats a lot. Okay. What is it on the hunter thing? The wildling. Do they eat more too? Alright. Anyway, moving on. No tangents. No tangents. Wow. Dude's gonna be a good hunter during, except he's a gatherer. Okay, he's gonna be a good gatherer during the winter. And he's already got the finder name. Okay, he's good to go. Alright, I don't have levels for that, but I only came up with one damn name. Didn't I? Did I come up with 2? No. Gather could be a name. Yeah. He's got a level 2 on the gathering. Just gonna leave gather for now, because I don't know how many people we're on, but I can see this over here, and it goes all the way down here, so we're not getting anywhere real fast here. I'm not gonna worry about that at the moment. Things that I can easily come up with things for, I will worry about. So she's on a watch. She's got the retired bowman. She's a nighttime girl. She got the harvest blessing. Don't care, because this is full time. This is part time. What she got in here? Ranged combat. She's a damn tell. Another damn tell. Also, her name is Astrid. She's a shield maiden. Oh, shield. Shield. Oh, we already got 4 for soldier. Shield would be a good one. I'm just saying. Okay, so moving on. She's also on a watch. Uh, she she likes. So we already went through her. She's on wood harvesting. She's stuck on watch because she's night shift until I have somebody replace her. She doesn't have any bonuses for archery, so I should replace her ASAP. She's actually 2 on lumberjack, so she's actually a trunk. By the new taming, the mutating naming convention that's going on here. Alright. And we already did him too. Did we come up with 3 levels for mining? Yes, stone, we did. Stone, rock, and mason. Yeah, he's a rock. Nobody's ever heard of Balder. Odin's son. Balder Odin's son. Bjorn is a builder. He has a stone breaker. He's a rock. Bodil's an archer. Did I get those in some kind of order? Yeah, I think archer, bowman, and tell. What are you really? What are you really? You're a skinner. I only have... Well, we have 2, Hunter and Skinner. I'm going to look at my spreadsheet. What would be like the top of a Hunter? Hunter, Pelter, Skinner. I've got Skinner on the top. I'm going to move it down. We're going to go Skinner, Pelter, Hunter. Skinner being 1 up from Pelter being 1 up from Skinner, and the Hunter being a kitten caboodle, baby. He's got 3 bonuses, 3 stars of some kind, not completely full, but at least some on the 3. And she is actually a Pelter because of her skinning thing. Isn't there like a hunter skill? She's on a watch, but you gotta be on a watch. It's this. She's got steadfast resolve too. Ah, the boss man, who doesn't have anything except for steadfast resolve. Where's the damn? And he's melee on night shift. He has no bonuses. I didn't think he would. Got a cook here who's a retired bowman, battle-scarred veteran. She's cooking. She also has the harvest blessing. She doesn't get tired, and she's got steadfast resolve. She shouldn't be cooking. Clara, why are you cooking? 'Cause I put you there. I know. I'm questioning this decision. Let's see what her bonuses are. Fucking Tell. Clara, you're descended from William Tell. Now I can look at these people and say, wow, that's a range combat bonus. I'm not happy. I'm not moving anybody right now. I'm just getting them named. I'm not happy about that. We got another night person. It work in the warehouse. Okay, well, I needed a night person in the cook warehouse. Right. Why is she in the crafting warehouse? She doesn't need to be there. Okay. She's not actually in the cook warehouse. Do I need her in the crafting warehouse? I don't know. Do I need a night gatherer? You know, see, it's a good question, because that's probably what her thing is. Gathering, and she's got melee combat, so she's, well, we only have one name, a finder and a soldier. I'm gonna name her soldier, because finders are a dime a dozen. Ebba, she's on the homestead farm. She got steadfast resolve. I don't want her on the homestead farm. She doesn't run from rabbits anyway. Maybe she will. She likes the daylight. She knows that she should drink water as a biological being. Very good of her. It's like something you seem to have to teach human beings. I've got to get a coffee. I'm going to be right back. This should be paused. I'll be right back. So I'm sure some people are saying, so Casca, how's this going to help you? Well, people are going to be moved around seriously. Serious shifting of personnel. That's what this is all about. The reason I'm pushing to get that wall done is to get another set of farms up there. The wall's going north, and it's going to turn, and I'm building another homestead there. Until I have a surplus of vegetables, there's going to be some farm building going on as fast as I can. I expect it to be halfway through spring and have that homestead done. But everything is bogged down. I mean, I got the lumber mills up to try to get more hardwood coming in, but it's just the hardwood is bogging me down. So maybe I'm going to put a forester right in the center of the village, right there, right where that whole area is cleared out by the invasion portal. Well, to the east of the invasion portal. And try to get some birch going. I think I have to go to the second level of a forester to do that. I don't know that I've qualified to do that yet, but we'll see. So I need to do something, and why they're not picking shit up when it's cut down, I don't know. I mean, I could see it if the lumber mills were full, but they're understaffed, okay? So there's that, and they're probably just doing the things that are easiest for them to get, because pretty much the Aska storage epiphany is they don't give a shit, they just want to fill their boxes. They're little nymphomaniacs, just want their boxes filled. They like the feeling of having full box. So, that's nice. It would be nice if they gave shit about me wanting to build stuff with the hardwood, but they don't care. They do not care about me having hardwood. They just care about themselves. So, that is actually my sticking point on this building. And it's not just the hardwood, because the fence is made out of the fir. The long sticks and logs seem to just confuse them. And if there was a stockpile of this shit, I'd understand. Okay, well, it's going from the lumber mill to the stockpile. But the builders will go to the lumber mill. And I have a warehouse, which really isn't too far from where that wall is being built, and the builders will pick up off the ground, and there's a bunch laying right there. They just don't seem to want to do the job unless I pin each section of the fence. Kind of easier for me to frackin' do it, you know, but okay, it is what it is. I'm trying to get the towers a little promoted, because the attacks are so much easier to deal with if I got Archer in the tower behind me, and also she's gonna blow the horn, so you know, people coming out of their buildings, their cottages, their cabins, whatever we're gonna call them, is helpful, definitely. Alright, so this is a girl that I put on there because she had this, she's a flower, but I don't know what her bonuses are. She doesn't even have any bonuses. And that's what's, this is like, okay, kind of useless, but I'm going to put her as flowers, because I'd like to have one of these persons on each farm. With the improved farm, we can have 4 people. And so, 3 green thumbs and one of these people should get the bonus during spring, and we'll get a good boost of the crop yield, you know. Would just be nice to have them on a farm. Now I'm running into personnel problems, which is a housing problem, and can't really get the houses done quickly because they don't seem to be picking up the long sticks and the logs and other things. But we're making thatch now, so thatch isn't a problem. And really, in the future, as soon as I can make the improved farms, them suckers are getting promoted, and I've only got one of the old farms done because I don't want to stop production on the other one, but we got 2 new improved farms over in the homestead. And I'm just going to shift personnel from that vegetable farm over to the vegetable farm there. That takes 4 people. But I want to find a person to stay there and finish whatever's going on. At least some, and maintain it, keep it going. So, yeah, it's a clusterfuck. But hopefully this will help me. And this flowers here, maybe it should be flowers. I think dude I know is flowers, yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I know what it means. They're not really farmers, but they can boost the productivity of a farm, So I'm going to use them that way because to me, since I had all my villagers starved, I didn't stay there and watch. I quit because it was going to happen anyway. I'm not having it happen again. And then we're going to have this stupid invasion this winter too. Unfortunately, if I continue to wall east-west, from the east to the west, like I'm building it north, it's on the east side of my village, it's going to enclose that portal, the invasion portal. But the plan was always to wall off the homestead. I haven't got the bottom part logged up or walled off yet because I haven't got all the buildings in. I don't know where the wall goes. I mean, there's fences there, and I really should complete the fence to the wall just for completion's sake. Put a gate there along the wall. But okay, onward. Edward Rock. I think we did you, dude. Let's check him. Yes, he's a rock. Ego. Oh, he's a good archer. But he doesn't have an archer thing. He's a hunter. Maybe he does. Yeah, well, he's got range combat, but his bonus is on fishing. Of course. So a lot of people want to fish. I am going to make an outpost down on, well, actually northwest coast. A nice place they can be collecting mussels for me. I'm going to gather and camp over there just doing mussels. And we'll ship them to the village. That's in the future though. And there's a whole bunch of them big bonus fish things, but fish is just annoying to me. That's all it is annoying because when they break it up, it all goes on the ground. I just don't understand why that happens. What am I doing wrong? I don't know. They don't pick up all the fish to go. So I'm going to check both of because in my little personal playthrough where I'm still in spring, I got my house, I got everybody else in cottages. They're picking up the shit. They're getting it done. I don't really have that much of a wall done, but I have a section of the wall and the gate done. The attacks are coming from that way, and they just stop and attack the wall, which is very nice, kinda, except I don't have a tower there. So it's kind of an oversight, and it's hurting me because I put my damn house there, and I'm going to have to take my house out. It was a nice place to put a house. I said, hey, I could put my house here, and I should have put a tower there instead. Because they're standing right on the other side of the wall, and I didn't actually put any hedge towers up. I said, I'll do that later. Well, that was a bad idea. They don't seem to want to go into, so I got the wall to go into the water a little bit. Just a little bit, but they don't seem to want to go around that, so that's nice. I'm right by a lake there. So that's nice that the undead don't swim. Doesn't seem to be. Like Valheim, the skeletons will walk on the bottom. I think the Draugr walk on the bottom of the ocean too. And the Grey Dwarfs, of course, swim. So, we got Einar, another military watch guy. He's up on the military watch, which is by the base up there on the hill. He has Stonebreaker, cold resistance, nocturnal resistance, so he's a nighttime guy. Hydration and Windrider, and why he's on a fucking tower is beyond me. I got enough people to be on towers. Yep, he's a rock. But I threw people at holes. He's a nighttime guy, that's why he's on the tower. He got trained in range combat because I needed him. Threw him on the archer for a minute, and now he's up there murdering folks that I have to beat up with hammers and pickaxes. But he's actually like, he would prefer to be rocking it. Okay, and here's the other girl I got on the farm over there who has no bonuses towards farming. Just, she was a body. She was one of my workers, or builders. She got decent scores here for other things, but, she has no bonuses at all. And I hadn't thought of a name for that. I know. I thought of one. I'd use peasant, but it's too long. She's a peon. Hey, I gotta have a system that makes sense in my brain. She hasn't got no skills bonuses at all, so. Peons make good builders. Yeah, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Except she's farming because I need them farms running. I need to get more people over there. We got this guy on the flax farm who also has no skills towards flax. He looks like a peon too. He is a peon. We're gonna have a lot of peons. It's not really a clan. I was watching this reaction video of a girl. Oh, remember what movie? I'm trying to think here. It was an old movie. Oh, yeah, Val Kilmer, real genius, right? She goes off on this tangent about, oh, I was always friends with the smart people in high school, and I preferred to hang out with them rather than the popular. She's a pretty girl and not very bright, so I imagine she was hanging with the popular people a lot. But she's going on, I like the nerds and all that and whatever. I was like, yeah, shut up. Bullying in American high schools is a very real thing, and it's not cool. And that kind of group thinking in high school is just the worst. The little tribalism thing is the worst. You get 3-4 people together, they're going to do something evil against another human being. Unless there's some kind of control of it, and it really isn't. The only thing that controls that is fear. They used to call me the bully killer. I'd punch the fuck out of somebody who's bullying somebody else. I started out with the bully crowd. And I said, well, this ain't cool. I grew up, I guess. So we got a crafter who's got craftsman thing. And I haven't really got this sorted on levels. Do I now? Crafters. We have so many different kind of crafters, that's the thing, right? I didn't make levels, so we got sawyers for the carpenters, we got like the bloomer and the smith for the metalworkers, drapers, weavers, fullers, tailors for weavers, tanner and shoemaker for leather, dyer. But I don't think there's all separate skills for all this shit. So, well, Coleman, I don't know why I got him under crafting, but I guess probably be better to have a crafter there. He's making something, right? I consider it a crafting thing. Takes an input and he makes it into something else. That's kind of my definition of crafter in this game. So, I need some generic definitions for these guys by their ranking, and I need to go with that until I'm happy with they're working fine on their job that they're doing, you know what I'm saying? Like Mr. Bloom over there is kicking ass blooming, you know, doing the bloomer thing. Bloomery thing. So out of this, what can I pull out? Well, I decided Smith would be a generic one level crafter, right? Or Smith would be, you know, can be any crafter. And that's the start. So what would be the next step from Smith? Let me put some spaces in here. Give me 4, thank you. Smith. I don't know, I'm kind of at a loss here. I think now if they have a bonus for that, I'm just going to name everybody Smith and then go back through and, well, anybody who's not currently doing a job, I will name as Smith, and I will use these particular ones for guys doing the jobs. And I have, except for leather worker, I have pretty much 3 in Coleman. I don't have 3 in Roper. But I don't really have a crafter just doing ropes. He's in with the weaponsmith or a toolmaker. I don't even have toolmaker listed, which is an oversight. Because somebody has to do the work, and all work takes a finite amount of time. Give me 2 in there. So, yeah, if that means anything. Should be more jobs for like carpenter. I mean, Sawyer is a name based off of, you know, sawing wood. That's a carpenter. Should be more names like that. Okay, Smith. I'm just gonna have to go with that for a guy that has the. I got Cutler in here. He's working at the armor smith. Okay, so Cutler. Let me look at my spreadsheet. I have it under armor smith. Okay, so it's not really reflecting his level. I just know that he has a thing. If I see his name, and he's working a job. But I'm gonna have to come up with something like rank thing for each of them. I've only got Cutler under armor smith right now, so I'll figure it out. He's good to go. Finn the Fisher has no fishing skill. My fisherman has no fishing skill. Well, he does. He has. Man, he sucks. I gotta really replace him. Okay, he's got steadfast resolve, but he's a peon. I'm dying. Oh no. See, the whole thing should be paused. If I gotta do this crap like that, and I'm dying from doing it. It's 2 a.m. The gun's still warm. I need food. There's gonna be no food in my damn overflow. There should be overflow food. Oh, nice. Oh, and there's like some fruit stuff too. Oh, eggs. Got the forager's pie. And a veggie stew. Alright. But we want more of that. Give me meat stew. Forager's pie for dessert. Okay, good. Better than it was. Now that I've got only the guys going over there. Of course, I did carry the carrots over there manually, but hopefully that will change. I'm gonna stand here, actually, until I need to go somewhere. Yeah, I'll stand by the water. Seem to run out of water before food. Oh, fuck me. Yeah. Well, we go down till we find people without second name. Here, we're here. Fisher. He's not a fisher. Oh, he's on the healer hut. Oh, you know, guy without steadfast resolve, huh? Yeah, I don't really want to put him on the fish. I want to make that guy a melee guy. You know, if he got steadfast resolve, he going on melee. But we could put Fisher Boy over there. What's Fisher got? And what would... Oh, he's a 3 Fisher. What would other levels of fishermen... Okay, angler. Right? Angle. We'll call it angle. That would be a hobbyist. Huh? Where's fisherman? All I have is Fisher... Actually, angle will be the base level. I should have a generic one, but we'll just go with angle. Hooker and Fisher. Okay, Hooker's got some connotations. Stringer. Yeah, Stringer is the guy who puts strings on a bow. You know what? I'm gonna go angler, angle, fish, fisher, and netman. Making that one up. You're getting a lot of fish, like you got a net, but you ain't got a net, but you're getting a lot of fish, netman. Alright, so what was my guy? He's a netman. Okay. Got me paranoid being in here at all. Bloom. Yeah, she's a bloomer. She wears bloomers. Another steadfast resolve in the cookhouse. And he looks like a peon. I gotta go and make all the steadfast resolve guys seniors. SR. Yeah. It'll look like a name, and it'll be a code to me. Gorm. Peon. Oh, he's got a melee combat thing. He's a soldier. Cool. How does he get the combat thing? Is it from Stormforged? It's a melee combat bonus. Gotta come from something, but is it one of those? I don't know. Alright, onward, because I don't want to rabbit hole that. We got Stonebreaker here in Wildling. She's in the raw food warehouse. I will bet you $1 million. Peons would be good for the raw food warehouse too. I mean, warehouses. I bet you $1 she has skill on either one of those. She has skinning and stone harvest, both at 6. Well, actually, looking like it's going into the 3 a little bit. 2 point, well, 3 point something. If it's all the way 4, it's gotta be a full, it's gotta be like 3.99, right? So I would hyphenate the name, but just character limit. Gotta come up with names that combine. Stone hunt, hunt stone, stone hunt. Skin hunt, skin stone, stone skin. Rock stone, rock skin, rock hunt, rock hunt. I mean, Skinner is basically the skill for the hunters. Yeah, she's got 3rd level of, what is 3rd level? Mason hunt. What is 3rd level of hunting? Do I have that? Maybe the name makes itself. 3rd level of hunting, I have Skinner, Pelter, Hunter. Okay. So Mason hunt. Let's see if it fits. Well, you gotta have 2 skills. I'm gonna make my life difficult. Cabbage Patch Girl. She is a steadfast resolve. And also a lumberjack. She was waiting. Oh, and she got the green thumb. She got better wood harvesting than farming. There's a farming skill. Yeah. But she's green thumb. She's gonna end up as a farmer. What you got on that too? Yeah, so what do I have on level 2 with farmers? Did I do that? Farmers. Well, we have 2 distinct types of farmers, and I know I didn't separate out anything. So I'm gonna do flowers. Is that horticulture or cultivation bonus? Cultivation. Okay. And then I got green. Most of them are named green right now. I'm going to call that the lowest level. 2nd level, we'll go with gardener. And 3rd, we'll go with yeoman, somebody who owns their own farm. There we go. We have 3 levels. She's 2nd level, it makes her a gardener. She's a cook. One of them cooks. She's not a cook. She's a craftsman and a forager. Maybe even has a fishing thing. She's a fisher before anything. And then she's a gatherer and a crafter. Crafter's pretty much even there. Potter. I just pulled that out of my butt for cooking levels. I didn't really do, but I kind of want to keep them, seeming like names. What do we have under cooking? I even put cooking on the list. Cooks, cook and baker. I think baker should be top. What's another name for cook? Cook, baker. Chef, but that's not really like a last name. I'm going to look up. There must be a million synonyms for cooks. Just not popping into my mind. 66 synonyms from the Cambridge English Dictionary. Bake, braise, stew, roast, fry, boil, oven, bake, grill, griller, no, grill, toast, scorch, burn, saute, parboil, simmer. Which one of them kind of like a last name? Roaster, fryer is a last name. There we go. So what do we got? We'll put fryer on the bottom. Then cook, then baker. I need a row. Okay, we have cook names. What was she? Skinning. Why am I looking at that? Did I get the wrong person? She's skinning. She's a skinner. We don't have levels for that, do I? Oh. What happened with the hunters? Skinner, Pelter. She's actually a Pelter then, right? Yep. No, she's going into the 3. See little thingy? She's a damn hunter. Skinner, Pelter, Hunter. That's how we did it. Full-fledged hunter, she is. Woodcutter. He's currently woodcutting. He's got foraging and he's got 2 woodcutter bonuses. So let's see what he has inside there. He is definitely top tier, which I think is woods, right? Yes, it is. I know it is. It's branch, trunk, and woods. Got a crafter who's probably going to be more of a fisherman than a crafter. Yep. Oh, I didn't need to leave. I should have just went with netter. I've heard the name netter before. You're a night person with no discernible skills. Just have a melee combat bonus. He's a grunt baby. No, he's a soldier because he has bonus. Well, yeah. Right? You know, soldier something knight. Soldier something knight. I have to look. But he's a soldier. Moving on. I'm not carrying that much. He's going to end up in the right place in the end. He's on a watch because he has to be. He's a night guy. But until I have, night archers up there, he's got to be there. Should I train him in? Yeah, he has been trained in ranged combat, but he has no bonuses towards it. But we need somebody there at nighttime. And that's the place that's going to be coming under attack, too. Leathers and weaves. We got a woodsman on the leathers and weaves because I wanted more people down there helping making clothes. And I'm getting concerned about the whole clothes thing. Hannah Fisher. She's already been named. Sure enough. She's a netter. I'm gonna change that. Wonder if that's the etymology of that name. Who knows? Carpenter who has no discernible crafting skill. She has a forger skill, and she's a good carpenter. She's the one holding any of the hardwood production together. She's a trooper. But she probably just has a forger skill, gathering of two. She got a melee combat thing too. What was the lowest? Finder soldier. I'm gonna call her Finder Grunt. Find a grunt. No, I'm gonna just call her Finder for now. Now, because there's really not a lot of people with the bonus for melee combat, and I want to use them up. I mean, as soldiers. So I'm gonna put her as soldier. She just happens to be working over there because we haven't got our military up and running, but I have assured her that's gonna happen, and she's gonna have a job over there. So here we go. One of them soldiers. Community. We got a stonebreaker. Can't log, saves life. Everything else is pretty useless. See, this harvest blessing that's in fall has the calendar thing around it, whereas the one for spring doesn't. I don't understand when it's inconsistent. Okay? Maybe it's just an oversight. But these guys, if I have one of them spring people, does it affect the whole farm? It should, right? And if I have one of these fall people, does it affect the whole farm? It should, right? Harvest is a good last name. And the other one I named Flowers. Well, I'm going to go to my spreadsheet and get this in here because it has to be in there. And then we got harvest. And I didn't say spring here, but I should. Spring cultivation. And this is fall cultivation. Alright. Do we get a summer? Is it going to be a summer? I don't know. We're going to name him Harvest, like we got the flowers. This is him. And we have a bowman who's also got the harvest blessing. And wildling. And she's hunting, and I bet you her hunting score is off the charts. It is. Range combat 58, skinning is 80. Yeah. I mean, is it worth using her for harvest? You know what? I'm going to rename her Harvest, but, you know, I hope I take a look at her when I go around, because really I would prefer to be doing the farming. We have so much meat, but that's liable to change, you know. In the winter, like the winter I ran out of meat. Well, I've been putting down a lot more harvest markers, hoping not to overhunt any area. And I just walked out of town and said, I'm going to go for a walk, and there was a whole bunch of deer there, so I was happy about that. So, but I'm going to rename her to Harvest, so she might end up on a farm. She does have not any kind of bonus except that, huh? I'm going to do it anyway. Another hunter, retired bowman. He's got the rocker thing and the fishing thing, and I bet you his fishing thing is higher. He's got range combat bonus. Okay, so he's actually a tell. This is his name, Hunter. Okay. I don't know what happened there. Somebody screwed up. And what was the triple thing? Tell. Crafting warehouse. You got gathering. Is that like the warehouse skill? I'm kind of thinking, I threw her out there right away. I said, well, look at this useless individual. You know, I haven't even come up with any warehouse names. Like Boxer. Yeah, that's a warehouse name, right? Boxer. She put shit in the boxes. Like, I'll be able to come up with that, but there's no skill for it, so there will be 80 levels. But right now, she's a peon till I decide, you know, otherwise. Just gonna be naming them by the skills, and later on I'll be naming them more specific names related to what they're doing, and I have a list of those too. You know, like I said, Sawyer and all that. Another hunter without a discernible hunting skill. What am I, like, lacking on hunting skill, people? I don't think so. She looked like a peon. Let's see if she got any bonuses. She's a peon. I don't know. She's a peon. I done a peon. I'd say peasant, but it's too long. This character limit. Okay, we did this guy. He's actually a gatherer. And this girl hasn't been done in this iteration of the naming convention. She's craft. Not to be confused with croft, which I think is a variation of craft, by the way. So we have a hunter seasonal thing, a fish seasonal thing. Other than that, she's pretty much a peon, and she's working over there making tools for us all. And I've just insulted her by the name peon. Well, probably wasn't an insult sometime. Things become insults. So, 17 years in the infantry, right? I was at a bar with a girl I was dating. And, group of guys, young punks. They weren't punks. Young pups. Be better. She's a fisher. She ain't got craft and bone in her body. She's all about the fishing. All about the bass. All about the bass. No travel. No crafting. Alright. So anyway, yeah, we're playing pool, and I don't know, dude, that's what I do. I said, I'm a computer geek. And this girl got pissed off. This is what I was talking about. She was in the cool clique. She really liked me. She pretty much seduced me on our first date. This wasn't the first date. Okay. But anyway, she was pissed as hell. I was doing some computer consulting. Now, I don't see geek as an insult. She did. She thought I was belittling myself. She don't want to be going out with some geek. Even, you know, which is kind of against the biological imperative of women. You know, good provider and all that. I was making bank. You know, so it was weird. We didn't go out anymore after that because I was like, she wanted to go out more. She got over it, but that night she went off when she was drinking. And she was like, why do you fucking call yourself that bad name and all this? And I'm like, what the hell? What do you care? It was self-depreciating humor. you know. I mean, I'm no, I don't know, I'm no physical pushover, you know. It's not like I'm all skinny and bones and I look like, you know, some kind of, I don't know. I don't mind the term geek. That's what I did. I pretty much, I wanted to be an English literature major. I was going to do my 4 and out. But I re-enlisted for that 20 grand bonus, you know. I bought a house. And then, you know, you're having kids and shit. And, because women like a guy with a house. And you find your wife cheating on you after your second kid, you know, and it's like, alright, well, Jody got my girl. Yeah, so anyway, it's not like I was a physical pushover, but the whole time I was hobby programming. And when I got out of school, or when I got out of the army and went to school, I said, well, English Lit isn't going to cut it. I don't want to be a teacher. And what can you do? What I wanted to do was write, but really it wasn't going to happen. And so I chose the other kind of writing, computer programming, which, by the way, until the late 90s, there was very few colleges that had a programming course. There was computer science courses. That's hardware. And they had some programming classes in that, but computer science is related to making the microchips. Okay, it's more electrical engineering than computer programming, which is computer languages. So anyway, I chose to go with information technology management, which is basically in learning programming languages, Java and C and such. They literally were teaching C after 2000. Well, it was 2007 when I went to school, so they were literally still teaching C. Okay, I mean, I was programming in Visual Basic, and then went to Delphi, which is object-oriented Pascal, and Visual C++. C++ being an object-oriented version of C. Okay, and more. That's what the plus plus means. It's incremented. If you put a plus plus on a variable in the C language, it's add 1 to it. In other languages, well, actually they use it in BASIC now too, but in other languages it would be C equals C plus 1. Okay, C equals C plus 1. Incrementing C by 1. Some brainiac said, hey, why don't we just make a thing for that, because we do it so much, because you do it a lot, because you're always looping and counting and things like that in a program. So somebody said, hey, well, C++, there you go. I just accept C++ is an object-oriented language versus procedural language like C. Although maybe they made C, well, C++ is C. Okay, but anyway, just more. It's incremented. Anyway, what I'm saying is, I figured programming would be better, and I'd still be writing, because that's really what I loved. Well, it was problem solving, and I'm basically writing, you know, with logic writing. But if you think of computer programming as writing, it's so much easier. I'm telling a little story, baby, and it's something that I found that the college students that were with me had a real problem with. They looked at it like, I don't know, and I'm looking at it like every little piece of this program is a little story, and since I was well versed on object oriented, that makes it even more story. Like everything is connected, everything can inherit, everything can, you know, it's all based. Well, you gotta start with your base objects, but let's say, what's a chair, right? It's something you sit on. At the base level, it's something you sit on, because you got chairs with three legs, you got chairs with 4 legs. So you got the base level, its function is to sit. You put your ass on it, okay? But you can inherit that sitting thing And how many legs does the chair have? It's a property of the object. It has 3 legs, it has 4 legs, it has 12 legs. It doesn't really matter. 1 leg, you call that a stool, but technically it has feet too. You can derive all that from the base object. Put your ass on this thing. Okay, that's the base object, and everything else is derived from that. Is it cushioned? Is it not cushioned? It's still a chair, whether it's cushioned or not cushioned, and the chair object can have different legs, it can have different cushions, it can have different backs. It's all derived from the chair object, and any other objects after that are inheriting the properties of, yeah, we put our ass on this thing. Okay, that's object. I just explained object-oriented programming to you. Good luck with your programming job. Learn the code. Okay, it's pretty simple. It does get a lot more complicated than that. There's a lot of very powerful things you can do with it, but at the base level, that's object-oriented programming. Versus procedural programming, which is everything goes in a straight line, and you don't have. So basically, with object-oriented programming, in a procedural program, you would wall off little routines that you do regularly, okay? And, you just call them, okay? You basically do the same thing, but you make it part of the object. In object-oriented programming, you have procedures that are part of the object, and you change the object, or you call that procedure, whether you got to pass an information or not. You set the properties, you call that procedure, and it uses the object itself to get this information that is needed to run that procedure. Anyway, like I said, it does get more complicated than the base object concept, but so in the end, I went to school for programming, and nobody wanted to hire anybody who was 50 fucking years old. Just unbelievable. Even with me having programmed all through my military career on the side with companies that I created, just nobody's interested. In fact, one company, the only one that really told me anything. Okay, so I went in, did their interview, and they were actually using Visual Basic, and I'm like, okay, fine, right? Which I'd kind of moved past, but I'm like, fine, I gotta know my Visual Basic. I started with Visual Basic for DOS, for Christ's sakes. I've seen every iteration of Visual Basic. I didn't believe at the time it was Visual Basic 6. I don't even know what it is now. I stopped buying compilers, or IDEs, whatever you want to call it. But I did the interview, and they said, we like you, but we're having everybody do this little test. So I'm like, I'll take a test, no problem. It's like, well, no, you're going to do it at home. I'm like, okay, I get to cheat, huh? I didn't say that out loud, but they're like, we want you to create a little program. And I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. And they gave me a list of what it was. And basically it was a check writing program, right? So they wanted you to put in the amount, and it would basically, at the base level, that's what they wanted. Put in the amount like you were putting it in a check, right? And to lay out the screen like it was a check, so the visual element there, and put in the number, and then it would put the words in, right? If it was $8.30, like you would write it out on a check, you write out $8.30/100, right? If you write checks, I know most people don't have checkbooks anymore, they just use a debit card, but that's how checks work. And I was like, okay. And so I got home, and 10 minutes later I was done with the program, and I said, you know what? I can make this better. So I did it in Spanish and German, and you could choose what language, and I just did all kinds of fancy things that I could think of that I could do with Visual Basic without spending any real time on it. An hour later, I had sent it over to them, and I didn't hear back from these guys for a week. And so finally I said, fuck it, I'm going to call them. Maybe I screwed up. Maybe I missed a bug or something. I mean, I thought I made a rockin' little program. Well, I talked to him, and the dude says, I gotta be honest with you, man, we can't pay for somebody with your skills. And I'm like, what? I applied for the job. You told me what the pay was, and you're gonna say, you said you're not gonna be happy here for our pay. And I said, you told me what the pay was. And he's like, yeah, but, you need a job, right? So you're going to take any job, and then you're going to find something better and be gone. And I'm like, all right, man. That's the way you feel about it. What can I do? Argue with the guy. In any case, that was the closest I got to getting a job after 50. And it's kind of damn disappointing, in my opinion. All I wanted was a good, steady job. They were a startup company. They were offering stock options and all that. It would have been a great job. And they could have used me. But it is what it is, In any case, that's the way it was. The geek was going to be an English lit major, and the Army taught him probably something a little more practical. Okay, she's set. She was a minor, but she didn't have a steadfast resolve. But she got trained in melee. She's 25 in melee combat. Jeez, went through the whole night and I hardly even click in there with the time going. So, what am I going to do with her? She's a rock, and she's also a trunk. Well, she got the higher rock score, right? No, she got... How'd she get... Oh, because I've got her over there now. She has got a higher... She played out that mine, and she has a higher lumber skill now than the mining skill. She did that whole mine. She's only been over there since we had hardwood. Well, I guess she's a rock. What's the middle level for... She's a trunk is what she is. Alright, we got it. We're just gonna... She likes the woodworking. Oh, he's got an archery and he's doing tool making. What is going on? Other than that, he looks like a peon. He's got the tell range combat. Wow, some of you guys come in with serious range combat bonus. Okay, we got metalworker. Well, we've already done this guy. He's actually wants to be fishing. Yep. He's actually a netter. Oh, Duran, my nemesis, my beetroot stealer. Beetroot thief! She's a peon. Definitely. So, the warehouse thing is gathering. Huh. Okay, how about that? So, if I put a gatherer into a warehouse, is that going to make it better? That's good, because I got a bunch of gatherers laying around, it seems. She's got the flowers and steadfast resolve. Are there... and nighttime. Woodsman. She's probably going to be... Nah, I don't think they get a farming bonus. She's going to have a woodsman bonus. Yep. She's a trunk. So I guess that's what she is. Oh, are there senior and junior women? I don't know, but she's a senior. Okay, so not much of anything except craftsman. See, I thought craftsman, okay, cook, right? And cooking is, you follow a recipe, you follow a blueprint for crafting, you follow a recipe for cooking, you know? Except there is actually a cook thing. I have one person that actually has a cook thing. There's a cooking skill. So, maybe it's my other playthrough that I actually have somebody with the bonus. I'm pretty sure there's a bonus. Let's look though. He's got the crafting thing, and it doesn't do anything for cooking. So, he's actually a crafter. And what did I do for those levels? I don't remember. Crafter. He's a smith because I didn't decide. I gotta check my health. Oh. Yeah. How far were we? It's kind of like programming too. What we're doing here. Yeah, we were in the J's. Yep, and then K. Alright. And we got another crafter cooking. Good, because I've realized I probably need to get more people on these crafting stuff, and I'm upgrading the other crafting stations. Center parts would no. What are they called? It's not crafting. What is it called? A pit. Something pit. Is it crafting pit? Okay. Anyway, they're getting upgraded to houses. She is only going to have crafting. We have determined. We have the system. She is a second level. Maybe I should Smith 2 it. See, second level 2? Yeah. Yeah, that's easy. I don't have to come up with a name for it. I mean, I want these people down there smithing, crafting. Oh, we got a nighttime peon. Looks to me like the nighttime peon. You got nothing for bonuses. Dude, you need to get back to work. Are you working as a builder? You're on 5 a.m. Oh, you're not on 5 a.m. You're on 5 p.m. And yeah, gotta name you peon, man. That's all there is to it. Because we have determined now, we have to test it, but I think I've determined that we want our warehouse people to be gatherers, because they're getting a gathering skill. And I'll tell you this, Jerron sure as hell gathered the shit out my beetroots out of my crock pot, which is wrong. It's wrong. She shouldn't be allowed to do that, but somebody allowed her to do that. It wasn't me, because I was very upset. So we got another crafter. She's actually working on metalworking. Is there a metalworking skill? Blacksmith. So are we going to get somebody with an aptitude towards blacksmithing? But there's a blacksmith skill. Is she getting a bonus because of crafting? See, this is confusing me. I am confused. Because why if she got the crafting thing and exactly what is considered crafting and what is not. I mean, she's getting a blacksmith skill, right? These clerics, they're what do you call them? Prodigies. Well, what is her crafting at? It's a 2. She's a smith 2. I was in there. Should have just done it. But yeah, and there's a carpentry too. Is somebody got a carpentry predilection, or what are they calling it? You know, perk. I don't know. I wish I knew. I'd be looking out for it. And is that crafting thing helping her blacksmithing thing? Because if it isn't, I would prefer to use her on something that's using crafting. And now I have to determine which of the different things are using crafting. You know? I don't know which one's using crafting. Well, the base part of the building does, I'm pretty sure. Okay, she's a retired bowman, and that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, she got like 80 some archery, range combat. Okay, 69. Might have to date that girl. So what did I put the second level at? Bowman. Yeah. Okay. She's appropriately named for some reason. I put Archer, Bowman, and Tell. She's not even my best bowman, and she's got the best score. I mean, as far as perk, she's only got level 2-ish. Well, 2.5. Right? And then this guy on the bloomery, is there a bloomery skill? No, it's blacksmithing. Okay, see again, but his crafting is going up too, so what's up with that? Okay. But he's got a crafting of what? Oh, shit, screw me. Well, we were in the caves. I know this because Clara's one of my favorites. This is not in order. It is in order, that, okay. H-I-J-K. There's more than one Clara. There's 3, right? Let's see. No, that's Kyra. We got 2 Claras, though. We were working on you, and you got a crafting of 2, so you actually should be named Smith 2. And we have this retired bowman. He's on the fish watchtower. He's also got the rocker thing, and his range combat, he's a Tell, and I always go out of there when I should just stay there. Claire is like one of the few range combat people that doesn't have a 3. You have a night person at the gathering house. She's a gatherer. What is this thing? She likes the spring. Who doesn't like the spring? Alright. She got a gathering of 30. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. She got a gathering of 2. We have different levels on this one, pretty sure. Nope, just find her. I'll stand corrected. I'll come up with something. But now I can put the boxer things in there and all that. Maybe I should do that. Finder, boxer, crater. Sorter, finder, binder, sorter, boxer. Well, she's a binder. I'll just leave her at that. Okay. She's a skinner. We did rank these ones. She's like 3. That makes her a hunter. No crafter, and she's on leather and weeds because I wanted people down there to get the clothes out. But I have enough crafters and other things that I can switch people around. She got rocking, and that's about it. She's going to be, yeah, a 2 on the stone harvest. She's a rock, and then I did it again. He did it again! Lorelei Rock. Yeah, if I knew any Norse names for this shit, I'd use them, but they're probably way too long anyway. We're not going to do the whole Magnus Sun shit. Because that doesn't tell me anything, you know. Magnus might mean, hey, I work with metals, right? I don't know what it means in Norse. I looked up the English things, you know. For all I know, Lorelei means I'm a miner. Yeah. So, this guy just got forestry, looks like. Lumberjack strength. He's speed and efficiency when felling trees. Yeah, you guys don't really do it. But you don't belong on hunting, even if you get the winter huntsman thing. You probably ended up there because it was winter and people were dying. So he's got a 2 on the wood harvest. That makes him trunk. She's working in the warehouse at the barn, and she's a peon. Yep. All the peons are going to get renamed, don't worry. In fact, warehouse people, peons are going to end up being my builders. Warehouse people can be gatherers. We're going to test that out. Since I do have gatherers around. We got a green thumb guy, and that's a harvest thing? No, that's springtime vitality. Okay, but he's a green thumb. He's in a military watch thing, and his bonus is farming at level 2. But we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to note his green thumb thing. So he's all green. Northgate. Double night. Why Northgate? Because this is wrong. There's something wrong here. Yeah, he might be in a tower. He got trained on Night Tower, but Northgate shouldn't be Northgate. What is Northgate? I thought I made it Central Watch. Oh, there, watch is either Watchtower. Defenses. Northgate. Shouldn't be that. We have to fix that. Which tower is that? That's the one where they're murdering all the things. They were shooting at me, I'm pretty sure. Well, for right now, can I rename this to, will it fit? Probably not. Close enough. Gonna have to work till better comes along. And so, he is actually not got, he's a peon. And I close it again. Njord, you peon. Just a nighttime peon. He's a neon. I'm just giving myself ideas to be naming people neon and shit. We got a green thumb. We got a shrimpy woodsman and a crafter. Olaf does lots of things, and he's a green, because I need the green guys. I'm not even going to mess with him. He's good to go. Alright. Wood warehouse. No discernible skills. That's what I thought would be good for a warehouse, but we actually want gatherers in the warehouse gathering stuff, but not out of crock pots. So he is resourcing. He's doing a lumber job, and I know I got lumber guys on other things. Let's see what his... He doesn't have any bonuses. Yeah, I see I'm getting to learn this system here. So he's just a peon. Could end up a builder. If I got somebody to replace these peons with, they're going to end up as builders. Or, I don't know, what other job is it really using? Put them on the bloomery, for Christ's sakes. Is the bonus from the crafting for the bloomery guy going on there? I don't know. See, I just don't know. Because there's a blacksmithing skill. So it makes no sense. So we got a nighttime builder who's got archery. Right? He should be on a tower. I am always short the archery towers. What is his archery thing? He's got the tell. Ragnar's a tell. Oh, I thought he was my kid, but he's not. Damn paternity tests. We'll have to sort him. Right now, he's probably got fire keeping skill and building. Yeah. What else he got in there? Yeah, the wood harvest. But we're better off using him as a bowman. Well, actually, he's a tell. He's got 3, right? Yeah. But bowman as in, like, the job. Not the level. Okay, so, wait a minute. So forager is gathering, right? It's the gathering skill. Or proficiency. She's at a farm. She needs to be in a barn, not a farm. That's about all she got, besides being a vet. The vet doesn't seem to give you any bonus, so I don't understand that, but alright. At the very least, you can follow orders, right? Maybe. Or maybe that's why you're a vet now. So, she got higher health because of the vet, I guess. That's what it's saying. She's not going to wimp out. She's not going to freak out because she was standing in line for 2.5 minutes. Okay. So, just to find her, I guess. Because I didn't get levels for that. I'm going to have to do that and go back through them. But it's life. Maybe I should use the last name as a title. Finder Revna. He's got stone cutting and suck ass on lumber. And I've got him on lumberyard. Okay, not good. He is into level 3 on that. We got to fix that guy. I can't have that because he's probably slowing down. It's probably some of my hardwood problem. He's taking up space a real lumberjack could be using. We got a nighttime crafter. That's about it. He's a vet too. Rolf is doing the carpentry over there, and his crafting is going up too. See, but okay. So he's a level 2 on the crafting. Makes him a Smith 2. Till we get levels for that. And she's a crafter. She has a shrimpy woodsman and hunting. She got which one's the most? Looks like skinning is working. And what is it? That's a pelter at that level. Gatherer and steadfast resolve. I like that in a gatherer. Gotta arm that boy. Get him a nice iron blade. Guess that's about all he's got. He's a rune finder. Okay, we do have a stonebreaker and a stonecutter's house. That's nice. Veteran. Strong. Yep, she's a mason. Well, my system. How long will I remember my system? Who knows? I'm getting old. Got a steadfast resolve girl who's a woodcutter and a stonebreaker. Is that what it's called? Lumberjack strength. Yeah, but it says right there, it says exceptional speed and efficiency when felling trees. She's actually working in a warehouse. That's just a damn shame. Gotta arm her too. Cabbage Patch Boy, Mr. Scarday Green. We've already been through you. Except you've got green flower. I don't know what it means. See? Now if I can get more people like that, then I can have more green thumbs rather than just the guy doing, you know, the spring blossom tending. Okay. So a veteran's range combat again, you want to bet it's 3? Use a tell? Got so many tells. My best archer's still like 2.5. She's a bowman. Sven Blaze. It seems like we've done you. You're the fire tender, right? Firekeeping 15. Sven Smith. We have to change your Smith for the ranking. Your second level, which is, I don't remember. Oh, Smith 2. I do remember. That system's pretty easy. Seems like all the Smiths are Smith 2s for the most part. I haven't seen a 3. Okay, we got a stonebreaker and a rocker. She should be really good at that, except she has the flower thing. It's gonna be a stone flow here in a minute. What happened there? Don't do that to me. Actually, what was her level? Holy cat, she's a mason flow. Ranged combat. Can't log. Otherwise a peon. She has that vitality thing, but nobody cares about that. And why aren't you working? You're at militia ranged. Let's get you back on day shift. She's a tell. Toratel. Cook food warehouse. Nothing to do with warehousing. Pretty much a peon except for steadfast resolve. Got a green thumber and a winter huntsman. She got the farming. She needs to go back to farming. Yeah. She could fight too. She got trained for the militia. She's in the militia, I think. It doesn't give us an indication if you put them in the militia. At least I've not seen where it might be. But you can put people into militia. It's like Outpost Maine. Yeah. I hope they put it in. But she's in the militia. She's one of the few people I have in the militia. Northgate Watch, Bowman Vet. Nothing else of importance except they have to be on day shift. And he's on the Northgate Watchtower. The gate's moving. The watchtower gonna have to move too. We got lumber, hardwood, no lumber. She's a forager and a hunter with a bowman skill. Oh, she got a lumberjack skill too. But she's a tell. I've already gone through her. She gotta stay where she is for the moment because I need lumberjacks, but we'll get her on a day shift on a tower. And last, Irsa, who's my... I don't know what she is. So, her crafting is higher than her blacksmith. She's doing the metalworking. I don't really understand. Okay. Is she unhappy? She'd rather be skinning because it's more. Well, she's a level 2, which is actually a pelter. We'll replace you if I can. With somebody who's not having a conflict. If I put her over there, she's going to say I'd rather be crafting. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I wish I knew how it works. And that was it. We got this done. I forgot to start the clock. Google Chrome crashed again. I forgot to start the clock. It was me. I did it. Okay, well, we did that in I don't know how many hours. I don't know how long it took. But that's what I wanted to do, and it's not all paused. If you go and drill down into the person, it's not paused. Also, it's not paused if you drill down into a building. So, it's only paused on this particular screen, so you have to be aware of that and not dawdle in the character screen or the building screen. Well, that much is done. Now what did we do with that? Okay, let's pull this up with the updated stuff. Some aren't updated right because I know this isn't right. Okay, she's a tell. This is before I created a system. I just call them Archer and her sisters on that same tower. Oh, I mean, they're going to get different last names, okay? It's just, this is their ranking on that, and it tells me, no pun intended, it tells me, what I should have them doing is be in a fucking tower shooting the bad guys, okay? Whether that's patrolling the wall, and in fact the 3 archers, the tells, the level 3 perk, or what is it, proficiency, I should have them on the walls, and any that are less should be in the towers. And my reasoning for this is that these people are open to attack if they're doing the patrolling of the towers, which is what's going to happen. In fact, what's going to happen in Homestead 1, okay, is there's going to be a crafter. I don't know what for, but I want to take the dyeing out of the tool making guy. Maybe I'll just take the tool making out of the tool making guy. Build a new tool maker that's just the tool maker, because he doesn't need anything else on there. He's going to be right by a lumber, a stone, everything he needs for making the base weapons. Okay, right there in the homestead. And then we'll downgrade, focus the current tool making building to the dyer. We'll call it the dyeing house or whatever, which is kind of creepy, but it's gonna be just for dyeing and anything related to that, which is crafting the different dyes. There are like, I don't know, 10 of them at least. I'm leaning towards 12, but I'm just pulling that out my butt from my faulty human memory, my quantum flux in my brain, my consciousness kind of says there's about 12 of those. We can find out because it's in the toolmaker right now. We know the name of that guy, except he's not in this section. We know the name of the thing is not on the list. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's 10. And the reason why I thought it was all 5 across. So, they got plenty to produce just on that. We'll get the tools out of there, over to the homestead, which is going to be surrounded by walls. The next thing after the crafter, just the base tool maker, where all that stuff's going to the barn anyway. Nobody goes to the tool maker. Goes to the barn that's in the farms towards the current center of town. It's going to be changed to somewhere else, more central, like the armory. But the armory is not really going to be central in the future, but that's the southern armory. Okay. Not to be confused with the armorer. The armory is a warehouse that I've had built, and I've got 1 weapons rack in there. There's going to be more, and so then we'll go get tools and weapons in there. Actually, I prefer it just be weapons, but right now it's going to be tools and weapons. I don't think they really take weapons unless they're trained in the militia, or currently have a militia job. When they leave that job, they take the weapon with them, though. Do they break the weapon and go get a new one? I don't know. If they're not in a military job, which means assigned to a barracks or an archer and a tower, the tower people will say, I need a bow and arrows, so they go and get their own. Okay? Unless there isn't a bow and arrow, then that's when they tell you. So I know they go in and get their own because I've only armed a couple personally. And I have 8 towers now, so I've only armed a couple personally. They go and get a bow and arrow. They don't go get a melee weapon. And unfortunately, Egan, or whatever his name was, in Northgate Tower, or Watchtower, Northgate Watchtower Egan guy, who got out of the Jam Tower. Well, he was out of bows, but he also had a weapon. I probably gave him that club. I don't think they will actually get it. But we have to test that. I don't want them getting out of the watchtowers. They should stay in the watchtower. First of all, it takes them a minute to get down. But second of all, oh, actually, they'll slide down. I've seen them do it. They slide down. I don't know how to do it myself. I'm going to play with that. I'll probably kill myself, but I just jump off. Sometimes it doesn't cause any damage, and sometimes I got damaged pretty good, like a quarter of my health. Okay, anyway, back to that. Yeah, so the hedge towers, I'm going to have an archer within the homestead, and they will patrol those. Well, it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 watchtowers, or hedge towers within the homestead. Well, that's the exterior. Am I going to put them all the way around? I haven't decided yet. I was thinking about it. I mean, if they break into the walls, then it would be nice to have some defenses facing in. And if I use this in future playthroughs, they will have hedge towers in facing into the main village. Okay, because the homesteads are going to build 4 homesteads, connect the corners. Well, I will do them independently, and then I will be connecting them together to form the village. See? And the village will also, in the future, have a wall around it. So there's going to be walls within walls. They're going to pay hell trying to get into my little place. Okay? The other option is I could build, like you can in Valheim, earthen walls, which they cannot break or get through, but that's a major pain in the ass, this thing, because of the height limit thing. It's also a major pain in the ass in Valheim because of the height limit thing, but there's a mod in Valheim to take the height limit off. So, but I would prefer to learn to build the walls and defenses without that to start with, and later on, when I'm like, yeah, I'm tired of these raids, I will probably do that in the future, but this is a learning playthrough. It's a blind playthrough. I have looked things up, but only after I've been stumped on what's going on, or frustrated. Well, that's stumped. Anyway, yeah, so now what I have to do is go through, and all these tells need to be going to jobs that are related to telling. I mean archery. Okay, now top one there is on a tower already, but this girl isn't. But she was training for militia. I mean, she was replacing people for militia, and she just happened to be the person who got to 25 first. And I was trying to rotate people in and out. Now she's a hell of a cook, and she might be stuck there forever. But I bet you she got red. She does. And that's because she got the tell rating. And she wants to be playing with her bow. And then these people are going to farms to help out on the farms until I get combination green thumb and blossom tenders. This is really only good for farming in 1 season out of 4. So there's another one that's harvest that's during the fall. That one's during the spring. And I'd love to see some farmers who have that. And, I would have one green thumb guy with the flower thing, with the spring thing, and one green guy with the fall thing, and then the other 2 just green thumbs, and then we got maximum farm, I would assume. Unless I could get them all with combinations, but I'm not going to dream about that. That's too much dreaming. Why aren't you... What is wrong with you? Okay, but anyway, yeah, it's gonna help me organize things better, and at least for me. I mean, in the end, all you really gotta worry about this shit is happiness, okay? Because it does affect happiness when they have this. I've noticed this, and you're not using this, it affects this over here. Pretty sure. I haven't done any scientific studies. There's no paperwork. I have no bibliography. You're going to have to deal with me just saying that's probably that way, because it seems to be that way. Now, the best way, it seems to me, to get people who are being a pain in the ass and whining about something to chill out is to give them a vacation day. And the new vacation day seemed to work really good because the one girl I took off of it was at 100. And I don't know how many days it's been, but it's only been a couple days since I put them people on there. So, I have another guy. Yeah, there he is. He's only at a 62. You know what? I think he's going to have another day off. He needs to get his mind right to get back to work. He wants to be a fisherman. His name is Netter. He has a 3 in fishing, which means I really need to move him out of there rather than give him days off so he can go fishing. You know what I'm saying? I need to solve the problem and not just address the symptom of the problem. What am I, Big Pharma and American medical, system? No, I'm not. We are going to solve the problem. We're going to get him over to fishing. But right now, he has to be there till I have a replacement. And now, I know who can be his replacements. Actually, I don't know what that guy does. Yeah, he's a crafter. But really, he has the 3 on fishing and, the 1.5 on crafting, which I'm calling 2, but okay. I'm calling it second level. So, his name of Netter is actually correct because he's 3 on that third level of fishing. So what I need to do is find a crafter to replace him over at Leather and Weaves. Simple enough. There are other crafters around doing other jobs, and I will do that, except I do not have a place to put him. I don't have a fishing thing. I don't know if I could put an extra fishing thing on the lake. It probably. Is it going to get fished out? I don't know. You can hunt out. You can hunt. You can overhunt an area. So I'm assuming you can overfish too. Will the lake support 2 fishermen? I don't know. But we are building our village all around that lake, so having another one there is not really a big imposition, but right now our defenses aren't allowing for that until I get the big wall done. Because we're protecting the fishermen with that watchtower there, which I would prefer to have that watchtower somewhere else and those people doing a job, except they like to come down here because they're attacking from over here a lot. And I really should run this fence just right down to the water because they don't seem to go into the water. And you can kind of get it, going into the water. And then I can jury-rig the fence somewhere connecting it, by putting the piece down that's going into the water first. Whereas I built this from the gate. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, I won't have to worry about that. It probably won't fit, is what I'm saying, because I built it from the gate nicely. And so where I have the gap, I can use the little things, or I can use the big things, and I can, double them up. They can't walk through there. They can't get through there, even if the fence looks jury-rigged. So I'll probably do that, get all these sticks back and all that. And these guys leaving this shit around pisses me off. Why are they even getting it if they can't store it? They shouldn't be. But I've noticed this before, that they've been doing that. And then I went to storage and it was all full. And I'm like, why are you getting the shit if it's all full? I don't know. We need that thatch for... we're growing the thatch now. I should probably turn off on the woodcutter the thatch thing. I don't know. I'm tired now. We're going to call this stream. And when I'm back on, we are going to implement some of this stuff that I can change, and we're going to get the whip out And we're going to whip these boys because we need that damn fence built. Hey, they're working on that road over there. Without me telling them. I saw them. You can't take no takebacks. I saw somebody working on something. Oh, he wasn't working on the road. What was he working on? There's nobody here. I actually want the girl. Don't shoot the girl! Serpentine, serpentine. You're trying to hit me, I know you are. Oh, there's a baby in there. Hey, we got a baby smoker thing. It's growing. What just happened? Oh, they're eating. Okay. Alright. Well, we're going to end this stream. I like to go back to my cabin. I really like to sit in front of a fire, but then I keep forgetting to turn my fire off, so I'm not going to turn the fire on. Save fuel. We might need it this winter. I wonder how the coal guy's doing now. Kinda had to hold his hand. Really don't know what to do about that except build a centralized firewood warehouse and a centralized coal warehouse. A 3-section warehouse full of both those things. 2 warehouses. And you can take out the wood and put it in the thing all he wants, and all the firewood in the whole place goes there. I have a tendency to throw a couple of firewood things on the end of a warehouse because it's usually that little bit of room. And I said, well, people are going to be needing firewood all over the place. Actually, turns out they're just leaving a ton of firewood on the ground and not getting it anywhere, which is kind of annoying. That seems to be happening a lot. Alright, another problem to be solved. I don't know how to solve that one yet, but we will just have it on the back burner.